I'm gonna warn you right now, you are about to get very, very hungry. If you are not already, it's one of the most popular pastas of all time. Everyone loves a creamy fettuccine Alfredo, but this Alfredo sauce is putting on a spring show. So we're welcoming her with open arms to our spring pasta party. A few star ingredients, my next guest says, make this a lighter and brighter Alfredo. Lindsey Hargett is joining me in the kitchen to share. It smells so good in here, and I'm sorry to rub that into everyone at home, but it smells delicious. And you actually say, I mean, chicken Alfredo, a classic, you could argue a basic, but it's your most popular class.
Yes, in my cooking classes, everyone wants to learn how to make this.
They want to learn how you make it.
Yes, how to make it properly.
Yes, and we were just chatting during the commercial break. Once you've made homemade Alfredo, you can't jar it ever again.
You can't do the jar. No. I'm against it. We're gonna get you past it today. So
start us off. How do we do this right?
Okay, so you can go, like the three main ingredients to start with are, we've got butter, delicious, cream, delicious, and Parmesan cheese, okay? Now, you could just stop there, and we'll do a taste test in a little bit, but we have kind of the same flavor profile going on there, and so we need to jazz it up a bit.
Like cream, and more cream.
Yeah, exactly. So, not the worst flavors, but kind of one note.
Now, before we move on to the upgrade for spring, I do want to point out you are using quality ingredients, which you say for a slim ingredients recipe like this really matters.
Yes, if you're using fewer ingredients, the type of the ingredient has to be stellar along with the techniques. You have to be doing them the right way and making sure the flavors all go well together.
Okay, so butter and cream. The cheese, you say, you've got a preference point here.
Yes, normally I'm all about like, find a shortcut if you need it. Like I buy the pre-minced garlic from Harmon's. It's my favorite thing ever. I'm all about a shortcut where it makes sense, but you cannot use pre-grated cheese for this. You have to do it by hand.
And is that the coating that you don't like?
Yes, it's an anti-caking agent, and what it does is if you try and melt it in here, it's all going to glob together in your whisk instead of being nice and smooth like this. You just can't do it. But the bonus, and I call this a flavor freebie, is you grate your cheese, okay, you've got all your delicious cheese here, and then you've got this bit at the end that is the rind of the Parmesan. You can see where they've like stamped it here. And don't throw this away. What you're gonna do with this is you're gonna use it basically like you would a bay leaf. So you know how, Grandma always taught you to throw a bay leaf into soup or tomato basil sauce.
Yeah.
Do you know why we do that?
To flavor it?
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of like savory tea. You put that in, it adds its flavor to the dish and you take it out.
Okay.
If you do that with a Parmesan rind, you grab one of these, so you cut it off or, grate your cheese, and then you put one of these, not in this dish because we have enough cheese, but I add this. We talked about getting away from the jar, but I get a jar of tomato basil sauce.
Okay.
Throw one of these in and do some of these tricks later.
Let it simmer.
Yes, and this gives it like a cheesy flavor. This just gets a little gooey. You take it out at the end and throw it away. It's the best. Add this to anything.
Where do you store these then?
I just store it in the fridge. I store it in beeswax wrap. I should have brought it over here, but so it just keeps it from like going bad, and they last for ages. I mean, you could even put them in the freezer, and this is like a little flavor bomb. I add it to soup. I add it to tomato basil. This is your secret weapon.
What a good trick. I've never heard that before.
So you have fresh shredded cheese and the little cheese bomb.
Okay,
so
cheese bomb, otherwise known as the rind.
We
like cheese bomb. Okay,
yes.
How are we gonna update this?
So we've got this here. Now, we need to update it because, like I said, it's kind of one note. So I want you to get just a little bit, just coat a little bit on your spoon, taste it here. I bet it's gonna be delicious, okay?
I bet it is.
We're putting you on the spot. Hopefully it's good. It's so great, right?
That's amazing.
Your face just changed. You were
ready to say good,
and
yes,
then you're like,
it's
wow,
delicious.
it is.
No, the fresh Parmesan
I love that, right?
That's a difference maker.
It's killer, okay? But I heard a chef once say that most home cooks feel like there's a certain cap on how good food can taste from home, but chefs know that you can go further than that. So we have a delicious meal right here. You could serve this and you'd be so happy, right?
I'm like, this is not a put on. I am stunned.
Your face did just change. I love it.
Darn it, I've been using the pre-grated Parmesan. That's why mine doesn't taste like that.
You're gonna get there, but we're gonna add a few more things. So because we have a lot of salty flavors going on here, we need to balance that, okay? We want to bring balance to our dishes, okay? And we're going to do that by, we have salty here, so we need something acidic. So you wanna use the proper kind of acidity. And in this case, that's lemon, okay? So obviously we're gonna add some juice, but I talked about a flavor freebie before. The zest is another flavor freebie, okay? This is where the essential oils are in the lemon. So we wanna get just the very outside of this, and this is a really punchy lemon flavor, okay? So we're adding some of that zest in there, and then we're also going to add some of the juice. I would say your hands are your best tool in the kitchen, so we're catching those seeds. Yep.
I'll get you a paper towel.
Oh, thank you. And then we're gonna get all of that acidity in there so that we can if you want to whisk that guy together.
I sure do.
We will kind of balance the flavors out with that acidity. So if you ever over salt something, add the appropriate kind of acid.
Oh.
Like for teriyaki sauce, I add rice vinegar and it balances it out. So now try it again and see if you can taste the difference.
So happy to. Oh, that's
Do you taste that lemon? It kind of calms the salty down, but in a good way. It complements it, okay?
That's amazing.
It's good stuff, but we're not done.
Oh,
we're not done.
and
We're gonna keep going.
Okay.
So I melted the butter in here first and then added the cream, melted the cheese. Now, typically, we saute garlic, right? It develops the flavor a little, you get depth of flavor in the dish, but garlic has a really fresh flavor and doesn't need to cook for very long.
Okay.
So we're going to add a little bit. If you're sauteing garlic, you can add more. If you're swirling it in at the end, add less because it's pretty strong.
Okay.
So we're gonna add just a little bit of this in here.
Okay.
And then we're gonna try it again. So whisk away there. And I do this again at the end of tomato basil sauce, at the end of soup, curry, anywhere I'm adding garlic, I add some at the end and then it's really fresh. So if you want to refill your spoon or grab another one.
I don't want to spoil the sauce for anyone else, so I won't double dip. But if I was at home, I would.
I would too.
Lindsey, that is so
fresh
good.
garlic, really. So you tasted it in the beginning. It was great. The lemon added a pop. The garlic fresh at the end. I'm telling you, do this to every dish.
All right, is that time? What's going on there?
Yes, so this is my obsession lately.
Oh, this is your flavor of the week?
Yes, so
okay.
Perfect.
Hold on, we'll transition. If you want the recipe, go to our website. We'll link you over to Lindsey's. And where can we get more recipes from you and classes too, sister?
lkcooking.com, lkcooking on Instagram, get all the things.
lkcooking.com. Be sure to give her a follow and check her out on Instagram. But yes, flavor of the week. All week we are asking our cooks, our chefs, to share their current flavor crush, and yours is?
Mine is thyme. So I say current, but it's been like maybe 2 years, and I literally am obsessed.
Committed relationship?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I keep this growing in my garden. So, and I want to encourage you guys to do that as well, okay? Some herbs are a little more finicky, cilantro will crisp, things like that. But thyme, along with rosemary, is a woody herb, and so if you plant it in the right place and you take care of it right, which is really not that hard, it will overlast through the winter, and so you'll always have it, and it'll just keep going. And really, this is the best way to make sure that you always have fresh flavors on hand. So you go outside, grab a couple sprigs, and it'll just keep going.
So thyme is
and
your
it adds some fresh flavors. But they have more than one variety of thyme. If you want to look at my cute little plants over here. So we have a regular thyme. They're very similar.
Okay.
But regular thyme here, and then this, grab a little pinch of this and kind of smell it. This is lemon thyme.
Oh my gosh.
And even if you, do you smell the citrus in there? So this would be the perfect thing to add to this because it gives you some citrus.
And depth of flavor.
And depth, look at you go, you're hired.
Oh, Lindsey, we love you. Thank you so much. All right, time. We'll be thinking of you and reaching for that more often, hopefully growing our own.
You must.
When I grow up, when I get really brave, I'm going to take that on. I feel that. I feel that energy. LK Cooking, again, on Instagram and online. We'll link you from our website. Thank you so much for elevating and improving our lives.
I'm excited
with
for
this
you.
delicious Alfredo.